All right, guys. I think we're good to go now. I got everything all figured out. Right. Hey guys, my name is Warners, and I am here going over the updates to the Arcane Subclasses Unearthed Arcana PDF that was released a couple days ago. I have I have read through it a little bit already, but I haven't read through all of it. And I have the new version and the old version that will kind of go back and forth through. And yeah, this is the old version, this is the new version. They didn't update all the subclasses from the old version, but they updated a lot of them. We're going to be going over the Arcane Archer Fighter, the Tattooed Warrior Monk, the Conjurer, Enchanter, Necromancer, and Transmuter Wizard. So yeah, a lot of wizards. I'm not gonna deep dive into the old versions. I'm gonna keep it pretty. Um, how do I say? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna give you the gist of the old versions, unless I want to specifically check something. But and I'll do it class by class. And then I think what I'm gonna do. So last Unearthed Arcana, I edited down my streams to make a YouTube video out of the stream, but that didn't actually perform very well because I think people were looking for a dedicated video and instead they got a stream edited down and it wasn't the experience they wanted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this live stream. We're going to go over how you statted out your character, which is not amazing. So it was better, but still not amazing. And it was still, from what I remember, let's stream died. Oh, Caden, how you doing? That's not good. Maybe it's working now. Oh, I saw that I was paused for a second. Yeah, maybe it's better now. Okay. Let me check on. Yeah, that's so weird. Why did it do that? Huh. What? Huh? Why did it do that? Dude, that's so weird. Uh, one thing that's dumb about YouTube is I can't just continue the stream. I have to make a new stream, which is stupid. Uh, okay. I guess okay. I guess there's technically a new stream. You're working now? Okay, you're back on Twitch too. Sweet. Okay. I just need to update the thumbnail because the thumbnail changed. Yeah, the other video is 2 minutes and 23 seconds long. That's so lame. Okay, guys, we had some technical difficulties, but we should be back now. Yeah, I got the stream going now. Thank you, Caden, for letting me know on my other stream so we could make sure we got everything working. So yeah, hey guys, I'm going over the I'm actually going to go to YouTube Studio real quick and delete that other video so that it doesn't become like a whole thing where people are like, why is this video only 2 minutes long? Okay. So yeah, we're going over the Arcane subclasses, the update. They came out with the original PDF like 2 months ago. I went over that, and now they updated a few of the classes. We're going over the we're going over the Arcane Archer Fighter, the Tattooed Warrior Monk, and the Conjurer, Enchanter, and a Necromancer and Transmuter Wizard. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'm gonna skim through the previous versions before I go over the new versions. Basically, though, the new Arcane Archer that they released a couple months ago, they made it so that you don't have to use a bow specifically. It can work with any ranged weapon, which is cool. There's been some arcane shot changes. I'm not gonna go too deep into those though yet. I'll just read the new versions, which I've heard that they didn't change much. But one thing that I didn't like about the new version is you got your arcane shots level 3. You got a few more at level oh wait, this is the old one. You got what is it? At level 7, you got one little ability that was kind of cool, I guess. Where you can basically hit a different target if you miss one target with curving shot. Level 7, you got Ever Ready Shot. When you roll initiative, you have no uses of Arcane Shot left. You regain 1 expended use of it, which I don't really like that mechanic. And then this really disappointed me. Your level 10, 15, and 18 feature was just your Arcane Shot die going up, which is really lame to me. So yeah, and if you run out of Arcane Shots, it just feels like you don't have a subclass anymore. And not only that, it used to be before this Unearthed Arcana, you only had 2 arcane shots per short or long rest. Now it's your intelligence mod, but that still doesn't feel like enough to me. It definitely is an improvement. It's going to be 3 probably through most of your playthrough of this character, and potentially 4 depending on how you use your feat options. But now we have the new one. So we have the Arcane Archer Fighter. Let's look at the changes. Let's see what they say are the changes on the designer notes. Here are the main updates in the subclass since the last appearance in Unearthed Arcana. We have Curving Shot has been revised to use the same ammunition but a new attack roll. Okay. Yeah, because I think before how it worked is you would let's just check that real quick. If you make an attack roll with a weapon with the ammunition property and miss as a bonus action, immediately after the attack, you can make an extra attack with the same weapon against a different target that you can see within the weapon's long range. Okay. Use the same ammunition, but a new. Okay, so I guess you don't have to use a bonus action potentially. We'll get to it when we get to it. We have magical ammunition. Oh, you know what? I just realized that I can't see you in the chat, Kaden, because I need to do a different stream. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, previous release. You don't have to use 2 arrows. Ah, I see. That's what it is. Okay, now I can see you in the chat, Caden, so that's awesome. Then we got yeah, so we got magical ammunition is a new feature that grants magical effects to your ammunition that can be used outside of combat. That's really cool. It's an actual feature. Unlike just your dice going up, we got Ever Ready Shot is now available at a later level, but always regains one expended arcane shot die. Okay, that's cool. Woot woot woot. Arcane Burst is a new feature that grants additional effect to Indomitable. I love that. And Masterful Shots has been redesigned and now allows you to reposition and attack. Okay. So let's go over it. So yeah, you learn Druidcraft and or Prestidigitation. Intelligence spellcasting ability is your spell casting ability for it. You gain proficiency in Arcana and Nature. If you already have, you gain proficiencies in something else if you already have those. Arcane shot options. Okay. You learn additional arcane shot options, your choice when you reach fighter level 7, 10, 15, and 18. Using arcane shot once per turn. Okay, yes, you can use it once per turn. You can decide to use you can apply one of your arcane shot options to that attack. You decide to use the option when you hit a creature and deal damage to it unless the option doesn't involve an attack roll. Sweet. You can use, yeah, it's still your wisdom modifier, minimum of once. And you still regain uses when you finish a short or long rest. Okay, and then we got arcane shot die. Arcane shot options refer to your arcane shot die. Your arcane shot die is a d6. You're at level 3. If your arcane shot option requires a saving throw, the DC equals 8 plus your intelligence modifier and proficiency bonus. Your arcane shot die changes when you reach certain fighter levels. The die becomes a D8 at level 10, a D10 at level 15, and a D12 at level 18. So it is the scaling of the arcane shot die is built into the arcane shot feature at level 3. Oh yeah, did I say wisdom? I meant intelligence. I bet. So yeah, so that means that they had to actually put features in the slots that they originally just had your dice go up, which is awesome. And we have level 7 curving shot. You learn how to direct an errant shot towards a new target. If you make an attack roll with a weapon, the ammunition property, and miss, you can cause the shot to ricochet toward a new target as a bonus action immediately after the creature misses. Immediately after the attack misses, the new target must be a creature you can see within the weapon's range and within 60 feet of the attack's original target. Make an attack roll against the new target. Okay, yeah, so it's not like that big of a difference, but this could so previously it used you basically did a new attack as a bonus action. The arrow actually does what the ability says, and it's a curving shot where the same ammunition hits a different target. And this seems like it wouldn't matter that much, but like there are arrows in ammunition in the game that you can have extra effects with. Like there is +1, +2, +3 arrows. There is I don't know if they added these in the 2024 rules. Clarified that you can Captain America shield throw. Ooh, that's freaking cool. So like that's considered ammunition. Oh yeah, I'll read this. It feels like the Arcane Archer only multiclasses well with the Scion Metamorph because of the way the weapon is worded. Weapon swapping rules and intelligence for attacking. Oh yeah, I bet that would be a really good multiclass for sure. At least the Scion we have so far in the playtest. And honestly, from what we know, yeah, I kind of am curious what book this would come out in. They would probably come out in different books, but you know, you can obviously use them. You can multiclass with both of them. But we also you have to remember too though, we also have the I think the one of the artificers is going to be able to have intelligence as their for their attacking with weapons. Yeah, but doesn't Blade Song have to be a melee weapon? I forget. I forgot how the playtest went. Once per turn, when you make a ranged attack using a weapon with the ammunition property, you can apply one of your arcane shots that attack. Okay, where does it say that? Are you saying that you can use? Oh, I see what you're saying with the Captain America shield throw. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's not like you can actually use a shield, but you're saying it bounces off. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, magical ammunition level 7. So this feature I was the most interested in because it seems really cool. The playtest might not stay and could go back to allowing a crossbow. Oh yeah, true. Um, yeah, because was the old did the old Blade Singer allow crossbow? If so, that's awesome, and that would be a really good multi-class. You learn to imbue your ammunition with magical properties. As a magic action, you can imbue a piece of non-magical ammunition with one of the following magical properties and fire it at a solid surface you can see within the weapon's range. Um, on a hit, the ammunition's effect activates, and the ammunition attaches to the surface it hit for the duration of the effect. When the effect ends, the ammunition is destroyed. Okay. Oh, hand crossbow. Okay. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a short or long rest. You can also restore your use of this feature by expending use of your second wind. Okay. So you only get one unless you use second wind. But remember, guys, I realized this when I was going over the gladiator fighter in the last Unearthed Arcana. You get a lot of uses of second wind as you level up in the game. I mean, as you get higher level, you start with 2 uses. I'm pretty sure, or at least by this level, you have 2 uses, and then you. Let me check real quick, just so that I'm not getting it wrong. So like, and sorry if you're not able to see exactly what I'm saying on screen. I have the view cropped so you can why is my internet so bad today? I know I'm streaming, but I've streamed so many times. My connection. Yeah, yeah, you get more uses with short rests, but I'm clicking on fighter and it can't handle it. Okay, okay, okay. There we go. So yeah, at 7th level here, you have 3 uses of second wind. So that's something to keep in mind. So that's 4 uses um a day plus 1 extra use per short rest. Right at level 7. And then eventually at level 10 you get 4 uses. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And these are the magical ammunition options. You get magical shadows, fill a 15-foot emanation originating from the ammunition for 1 minute. Non-magical flames in the ammunition are extinguished, and creatures in the emanation have a -5 penalty to wisdom perception checks and passive perception. Okay, so you got to be careful with magical darkness, guys, because this it says magical shadows. It doesn't say magical darkness. It says magical shadows fill a 15-foot emanation originating from the ammunition for 1 minute. Non-magical flames in the emanation are extinguished. Okay, and creatures in the emanation have a -5 penalty to wisdom perception checks and passive perception. Okay. Based on my interpretation of this, this is not the darkness spell. This is not darkness. It has nothing in it says that it changes the lighting based off of the lighting rules, if you get what I'm saying. But it does help you become more stealthy with those creatures within a 15-foot emanation because it lowers their passive perception and their It lowers their wisdom perception checks by 5 and their passive perception by 5. But that's all it does. So that's something to keep in mind. It doesn't say it makes darkness. It doesn't say it makes dim light. It doesn't say any of that. So, like, I think it's fine. The upside is that this can't be dispelled. That's true. And I feel like it's kind of like a half pass without, like, it's like half pass without trace, but targeted on the enemies, because it's basically a +5 to your stealth against targets within the 15-foot emanation. Gloomstalker is a new best friend. Well, you would think the Gloomstalker is a new best friend, but it doesn't create darkness. It doesn't say that it creates darkness. So I don't think that would make cause the Gloomstalker to become invisible under the rules. Yeah, this version also won't screw over your party members. That's true. But yeah, I would say that this is fine. It's a nice little stealth bonus. Then we have Unlocking Shot. A burst of magic fills a 15-foot emanation originating from the ammunition. A loud knock, audible up to 300 feet away, also emits from the ammunition. Any object in the emanation that is held shut by a mundane lock or that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked. Unstuck or unbarred. If the object has multiple locks, only one of them is unlocked. Okay, that's pretty cool. Ah, if flames go out, it'll create darkness. Yeah, that's true. If that's what's lighting the area. Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. So I feel like Unlocking Shot is a nice, like, a little utility option. It's also nice if you like don't have a rogue in your party, you kind of, or a wizard that has the knock spell. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice little utility for a fighter. Feels very magical as well. And then we got Vine Shot. A 60-foot long vine grows from the ammunition. You and other creatures can then climb it. The vine withers away after 10 minutes. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's not like super strong, but it's also not super weak. Like a nice little dude. Dang, how you doing, man? Totally redeem turtle bonding. You got this, bro. Also, knock is loud. Yeah, it is loud, so that is something to keep in mind. You don't want to do this like willy-nilly, I guess you could say. You want to be careful about where you do it. So it's not as stealthy as like a rogue unlocking stuff. If you have a rogue that can unlock the lock, you probably want to do that in most situations. And then, but yeah, how you doing, Zhang? I'm going over my D&D stuff, so sorry if you don't know what I'm talking about. I skipped for a second there. Oh, hopefully the stream is okay. Interestingly enough, my vertical live is like doing great. Okay. We have Ever Ready Shot. When you roll initiative, you regain 1 expended use of Arcane Shot. Finally! I love that. That is way better than the previous version. I hate it when resources are only gained back when you are out of all your resources. So this is way better. Arcane Archer can also make use of either the int or dex part of the poisoner feat. Small bonus, but it's there. Ooh. Yeah, you suddenly said if you don't have a rogue twice and then you're back in real time. Ah, oh, that's so weird. I don't like that. Okay, I haven't read the poisoner feat in a while. I know the basics of what it does. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Someone typed in poisoner feat, like a previous entry into D&D Beyond was feat FE. Okay. Increase your dexterity or intelligence score by 1 to a maximum of 20. Oh, is that what you mean? The ability score? Like, getting, because int and dex isn't like usually like a big deal. Like, it would be good for like a wizard, but like usually someone who's taking the poisoner feat wouldn't really care for the intelligence. But this would be a class that would really like to get the intelligence. So that is true. You gain, yeah. That's cool. Okay, and then we got level 15 Arcane Burst. Okay. You can push creatures away from you with your arcane mastery. When you use Indomitable, each creature of your choice in a 10-foot emanation originating from you must succeed on a strength saving throw against your arcane shot DC or be pushed up to 20 feet straight away from you. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's not like, what's nice is it's not a separate resource or anything like that. It just automatically happens when you use Indomitable. And let's see how many uses we have at this level. We have 2 uses of Indomitable at level 15. So that's pretty good. And then we get 3 uses at level 17. And if you guys forgot what Indomitable does, the new version, if you fail a saving throw, you can re-roll it with a bonus equal to your fighter level. You must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish the long rest. And until you're level 13, then you get 2. Yeah, we already talked about that. So yeah, making your saving throw at a +9 when you first get it usually means you'll be fine, you know. So yeah. So some spellcaster casts a spell on you. You use Indomitable to succeed the saving throw, and then you push creatures of your choice within a 10-foot emanation originating from you 20 feet back. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then we have the final one, Masterful Shots, level 18. You employ agility in your sharpshooting. When a creature you can see misses you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to move up to half your speed away from the attacker without provoking opportunity attacks. You can then make a ranged attack roll against the attacker as part of this reaction. The attacker is within the weapon's range. Okay. Well, I agree, Caden, that it's not like, it sucks that it's 10 feet, a 10-foot emanation. I think what would be cooler if it was like when you use Indomitable, the creature that caused you to make a saving throw is pushed 20 feet straight away from you. That would be kind of cool. But like I think they're thinking of like, you know, you're going to be ranged, so usually you're going to be in the back. I guess it's the, I guess there is a lot of abilities now that are saving throws that aren't spellcasters too, so that's something to keep in mind. And yes, you're right that enemies shouldn't be that close to you, but sometimes it doesn't always go in your favor, and you as the archer character end up having someone up in your face. So yeah, I would say yeah, it doesn't meld well with the playstyle. There's going to be a lot of times where you use Indomitable and this won't affect anyone. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. Um. So yeah, that's interesting. And then Masterful Shots. This one I like though. Basically, you get to, if someone gets too close to you, uh, and does an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to move half your speed away from them without provoking opportunity attacks, and then you can make a reaction attack as well as part of that reaction. I really like level 18, that level 18 ability, but honestly, it's kind of lackluster for level 8. And what I mean by that is I feel like that could be your level 10 ability and it would feel just as good. Like it's not like it doesn't feel like a capstone necessarily to me. It doesn't feel, it's not like, "Ooh, wow, that's a really cool ability." It feels more like, "Oh yeah, that's nice, I guess, you know?" Um and I heard online in some forums I was reading that the shots are basically all the same. Yeah, this should be your 15th level feature. Yeah, I agree. I feel like Arcane Burst isn't like. I think if Arcane Burst didn't exist and this was your level 15 feature and there was a completely different level 18 feature, that would be fine. Yeah. Maybe your level 18 feature could be similar to like there's that one Battlemaster feature where you get to use one Battlemaster maneuver every turn, but it's a lower dice. I feel like maybe an ability like that for level 18 plus something else could be cool. Yeah, I agree. Arcane Burst is very circumstantial. But yeah, I heard the shots were all basically the same. So for brevity, I probably won't read those. Um, because they're all the same. But you can see my reaction to all of these shots if you want in my original Arcane Subclasses live stream that I have in the live section of my YouTube channel. I streamed that a few months ago. But yeah, I definitely like this Arcane Archer a lot better. If they changed Arcane Burst, made Masterful Shots level 15, got rid of Arcane Burst, added a different feature for level 18, I would love this Arcane Archer and I would be very happy with it. Um, especially because at level 10 we get one use at initiative. That's pretty nice. Oh, Grasping Shot is different and better now? Okay, I'll read Grasping Shot then. Where is it? Let me read the old version real quick just to know. Your ammunition creates clutching brambles around your target. The creature you hit takes additional slashing damage equal to one roll of your arcane shot die. And must succeed on a strength save, throw, or have the restraint condition until the start of your next turn. Target or a creature within reach of it take an attack can take an action to make a strength athletics check against your arcane shot DC, removing the brambles and ending the restraint condition on the target on a successful check. Okay. But then we have the new one. Your ammunition creates clutching brambles around your target. The creature you hit takes additional slashing damage equal to one roll of your arcane shot die. You must succeed on a strength saving throw or have the restraint condition for 1 minute. Oh, until you use this option again. The target or a creature within reach of it can take an attack. Can take an action to make it. Yeah, it was weird that the old version gave the target the ability to escape, but it ended at the beginning of your next turn. If the creature was knowledgeable of that, they would never use their action for that, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, having this be lasting up to a minute is really good. And as we've talked about, none of these are concentration because they're not spells. They can't be dispelled. They can't be counterspelled. And the restrain condition, I say this all the time in my videos, the restrain condition is very underrated. It They have disadvantage on all their attack rolls. You have advantage on all your attack rolls against the restrained target, and they have disadvantage on all dexterity saving throws. So keep that in mind. And are there any yeah, there's like piercing shot. Yeah, like let's say you restrain a target with grasping shot, then you can do piercing shot and their dexterity saving throw will be at disadvantage. Yeah, the only issue is it still uses your DC, which isn't based. Yeah, so it's your DC is not going to be super high, but also keep this in mind. This is specifically a strength athletics check, not a strength saving throw. So a lot of creatures are not proficient in athletics. So keep that in mind. Like let's say you're fighting a let's go to the monster manual real quick. Um I'm gonna go for also there's no size restriction, right? Yeah, okay. Let's use a creature that is stereotypically pretty strong. Well, okay, you're right. The initial saving throw is still a saving throw. But I guess I was talking more about the spell save the escape DC. The escape DC is still okay, like an ogre. They aren't proficient in athletics, so it's just a +4 mod. Um oh yeah. Mhm. Yeah, but yeah. So it'll allow if they fail the initial saving throw, then it will be a um strength athletics check to escape those. I guess it's mostly for a lot of these it's mostly the same. Let's go with like a dragon. Like a blue let's go with the blue dragon. Go with the adult blue dragon. Oh yeah, but the mod and the save for most of these creatures is the exact same, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's basically the same shit. Um yeah, I have yet to see any creature that has a different mod than their save for strength. So, yeah, anyway, in theory that's good, but in practice not really. Okay, that being done, let's go ahead and go over the tattooed monk. Gotta make sure which one I'm on. Okay, this is the updates. So I remember the last playtest, I was very disappointed in the tattooed monk, and it was my least favorite of all the new subclasses out of this Unearthed Arcana. And I actually skimmed through the new version, and I still don't like it very much. It is better. Yeah, yeah, the monk is only slightly better, but I feel like they could make this monk so much cooler than it is, and I don't understand what people put in the feedback and if they even listen. Um, so honestly, it's pretty quick to go through. So I'll go through the old one a little bit. Actually, no. I'll tell you the gist. We'll read what they say for designer notes, and then I'll tell you. Okay, so designer note: Tattooed Warrior updates. Here are the main updates in the subclass since its last appearance in Unearthed Arcana. The Tattooed Warrior has been redesigned with some exceptions. The tattoos now focus on additional abilities instead of spells, which I prefer. Um, they were doing what the old Warrior of the Four Elements monk was doing. Once he definitely ignored Treant Monk's feedback on the tattooed monk. I should watch his video on that and see what his feedback was. I watched Treant Monk, by the way. I just forgot what he said. So we got beast tattoos. Still grant a cantrip, but now each option provides a benefit that isn't tied to a first level spell. That's better. Has been redesigned. Celestial tattoo has been redesigned to provide uses of focus points outside of combat. Okay. Nature tattoo has been condensed to provide damage resistance to a small suite of choices that can change. Okay. And then monster tattoos has been redesigned with new options. Okay. So I haven't seen his newest videos, but he's still rolling his eyes. Yeah. I yeah. So one of my big problems with the selection of cantrips for the beast tattoos in the previous version and the spells, but we don't have to worry about the spells anymore since they got rid of those. Is okay, so it's dancing lights, light, minor illusion, guidance, message, mending, and spare the dying. This is a monk. This monk is better at lower levels, not good but better, and worse at level 17, at least to me. Yeah, no, I get that for sure. I haven't seen his. Oh yeah. So okay, so I think these cantrips are fine, and I think any cantrip can be useful for like any character. So I'm not necessarily saying that these are bad, but there are cantrips that I think would be really good for a monk to have that they didn't include here, and I think that is weird. And I remember I specifically mentioned this in the last stream I did for the original PDF. Why did they pick Spare the Dying for Tortoise? That one annoys me the most. And then in the old version, they had you cast False Life, which I think the Tortoise option should give you Blade Ward. Because remember, the new Blade Ward, it ups your AC by a d4 per attack. And it's a monk. It's not like this is a barbarian. So you can concentrate on a spell. Like, it's not a big deal for you to concentrate on Blade Ward. Well, let's go over the new versions because the cantrips are all the same. I guess Bear the Dying makes no sense. Maybe it's some kind of lore that missing. Yeah, maybe. So we have Bat gives you so you gain 2 animal tattoos. Choose 2 tattoos from the following options. So remember, you only can choose 2 of these tattoos. I should read the magic tattoos section just so that you guys can be clear on what that is. If you forgot, you gain the magic tattoos described by other features of the subclass. The tattoos appear on your body whenever you wish. Damage or injury doesn't impair your magic tattoo's function. A magic tattoo can look like a brand, scarification, a birthmark, pattern of scales, or any other cosmetic alteration. Low level got even worse. Welcome, Awoken. Welcome. Tattoo's effect requires a saving throw. The DC equals 8 plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Your spellcasting ability for these spells granted by that tattoo is wisdom. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can reshape one of your magic tattoos. Okay, so you can change them out for a long rest, so that's good to keep in mind. Changing the option you choose from one list to another option on the same list. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we have Bat. You get Dancing Lights and Blind Sight out to a range of 10 feet. That's fine. That's how it used to be, but it used to cost a focus point. Oh, so you just have Blind Sight. When you use one focus point, you can spend patience. So that's something to keep in mind. That's one tattoo out of all of your tattoos at high level. Yeah, that's bet. But yeah, you just have blind sight out to range of 10 feet. That's not bad. That's pretty good, especially for a monk, because you want to be in close range. We got butterfly. You know the light cantrip. When you make a high jump, you can use your dexterity modifier instead of your strength modifier to determine how high you can jump. Okay. And before it was you get silent image. What about butterflies? I guess because they can fly. The funniest one is horse when compared to the previous version. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. We'll do crane first. We'll do it in order, but I'm excited for that. Okay, crane. You know the guidance cantrip. When you miss a creature with an attack granted by your flurry of blows, you can have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature before the end of your next turn. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I said. So yeah, the bat gives you blind sight out to 10 feet, which is really nice. I actually like that one. The old crane was, the guidance cantrip when you miss. So crane is the same. Horse, you know the message cantrip? When you expend one focus point to use Step of the Wind, your speed increases by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. And the old one was when the message cantrip, you can expend one focus point to cast Longstrider without material components. Oh my god! So your third level feature is two first level features. Yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but think about this. Monks don't normally get fighting styles. That's one time. Yeah. So normally you would spend a focus point and you would get 10 feet extra movement for an hour because that's what Longstrider is. But now you get 10 feet until the start of your next turn. Why'd they feel like they had to nerf that? That's so bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I beat you to the punch. Um, wow. Okay. And then the old tortoise was spare the dying and false life, like we said earlier. And remember, none of these spells upcast. So you're getting, I think it's 1d8 HP bonus. So this is worse than oh, and you're casting it, so it costs your action still. So basically, the you get uh a shitty Eldritch Invocation and a cantrip that's very circumstantial for Tortoise in the old version. But now the new version, Spare Dying cantrip, when you expend one focus point, you use Patient Defense, you have a +1 bonus to AC until the start of your next turn. Okay. That's okay. Yeah. It's 1d4 plus 4. Oh yeah, yeah, 1d4 plus 4 false life. Yeah. Um 2d4 plus 4. Ah, the new one. The 2024 version. But yeah, so I feel like some of these are better, but the horse option is worse randomly. I forgot this one. Oh yeah, yeah. So 2d4 plus 4. I feel like remember you can change these out at a long rest. So I feel like, but again, we ignore false life now because that's not a thing anymore. That's the old version. Um, I feel like I would pick Bat, and like if I play this character, I'd pick Bat, and I'd pick Rain, and I would think to maybe pick up Tortoise, but probably not. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, but you know, like I know you can change one, but like you know that's still nice. That's important to keep in mind though. Not you can't change them all out, just one. Yeah, I guess that is important. That does kind of. There are no choices basically. Yeah, exactly. I very much agree. Awoken. Yeah, that sucks. And also like think about okay. Here's a good example. Let's go to the because monks are really good now. They did a really good job updating the monks with the 2024 rules. If you are a warrior of mercy monk at this same level, what do you get? Uh, you get an extra roll of your martial arts die in necrotic damage for a use of a focus point. You get you can use focus points to heal, and when you use flurry blows, you can replace one arm strike without expending a spell slot for healing, and you get proficiency in insight, medicine, and herbalism kit. A shadow monk gets you can cast the darkness spell, and it works differently for you. You can see through it, and you can move, and it follows you around. You gain dark vision at a range of 60 feet. Uh, you get the minor illusion cantrip. I have not seen you since streaming Dragon Dogma 2. Where have you been? Oh yeah, how you doing, Zaddy? So I've been focusing mostly on my YouTube stuff. So sorry. So I haven't been streaming lately. Uh and my YouTube channel is D&D stuff. So yeah, I mostly just am on here for D&D stuff. But yeah, I miss streaming though, to be honest. Um yeah. My YouTube's been doing pretty good too, so that's been great. Level 3 elemental attunement. Yeah, you just get so much more for every other monk subclass. So this just feels kind of bad. And then level 6, we get celestial tattoo. These are all non-combat abilities, which is what the design note said. Look at the old version a little bit. I need to drink. Oh yeah, the celestial tattoos were the ones where you got to cast second level spells for two focus points, and they used find traps as one of the options, which is crazy. PHB monk subclasses are good, but the moment they released the book, they went back to bad monk subclasses. Yeah, uh, it's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, they insulted us by being like, you can use two focus points to cast the worst spell in the game. Two focus points to cast Misty Step. And then invisibility. That one was okay. Invisibility, but two focus points, kind of a lot. Less restoration was okay. Um, the new ones, you can take the search action. When you take the search action, you can expend one focus point to roll your martial arts die and add the number roll to the wisdom check. Okay, that's fine, I guess. You can tell that the current team isn't as good as the previous design team. Yeah, I agree. Um, Eclipse, when you take the hide action, you can expend one focus point to roll your martial arts die and add the number roll to the dirty stealth check. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Sunburst, when you take the study action, you can expend one focus point to roll your martial arts die and add the number roll to your intelligence check. Okay. The thing is, you're you're level 6 and you haven't gotten any like more combat abilities. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely curious what kind of feedback they got and decided to go with. Yeah, because like, I'm glad they got rid of the spells, but this comet ability, like these are technically better. Well, they're not even all better because the old version, you at least got the ability to cast invisibility and Misty Step. This, you just get bonuses to uh stealth checks. It, like, I don't know. It's just not very good. Yeah, yeah, and they made the focus point cost less at least, but yeah, like I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. And you have zero abilities that do anything with your damage, uh, um, except for arguably Crane, which is that's kind of weird for a very damage focused class. Okay, let's go ahead and read Nature Tattoo, and I'll read the old version real quick. Oh yeah, these ones were weird in the original one. So yeah, 3 focus points as a full action, and you got resistance to specific damage types, and you got proficient, and you got advantage on saving throws for specific saving throw for 1 minute. It's less, but it's every time. At least spells last for a while. Yeah, 17 is the only level in the subclass that I actually went to play, but until that point, it's so sad. Yeah, I haven't gotten to it yet, but I 100% believe you. Yeah. So these were like fine, I guess. Expensive though, and very circumstantial and like situational. Uh, yeah, I think Wave was pretty good, getting advantage on Wisdom saving throws for 1 minute, and you probably have a high Wisdom because you're a monk. Wisdom saving throws is pretty common, but again, 3 focus points. You're level 11, so you're using like a pretty good percentage of your focus points. Um, Okay, let's see what how they changed it. Okay, you gain additional magic Okay, we got Sea Storm. You gain resistance to one of the following damage types, your choice: cold, lightning, or thunder. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you can your uncanny metabolism feature. You can change this choice. Okay, that is at least it doesn't cost anything, and you just have it always on. The old version was worse and more limited version of absorb elements. Yeah, Uh, so it seems like they're all the same, but they're different damage types. Wait, is it only those two, Volcano and Sea Storm? Okay, so it's only those two, but you get cold, lightning, thunder, acid, fire, or poison. Those are pretty common damage types, especially the acid, fire, or poison. I would definitely go with Volcano, and I would only go with Sea Storm if I knew I was gonna like be fighting a storm giant or like a blue dragon or something or a white dragon, like very specific encounters. Thing is a few levels later you get proficiency in all saves and you can re-roll them with 1 focus point. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Because yeah, monks get that at high levels. So at least I would say that this is better, at least. But all the way at level 11, I don't know. It's just okay. Uh, Okay, let's go to level 17. This is apparently the best. The old version I remember being like kind of cool, but not like that cool. Yeah, because the old version, it's like Beholder, you get fly speed of 10 feet and can hover. And you can use 3 focus points to cast Counterspell. Uh, you can cast Blink, which Blink is a cool spell. Then Deplacer cast Mirror Image, which Mirror Image is a good spell. Guardian Naga, when you reduce so that right your hit points. Okay, that one was a little different. Didn't you focus points? It's just a one-time use heal after you drop a creature to 0 hit points. Let's read the new ones. Okay, Beholder. At the start of your turn, you can expend 1 focus point to gain a fly speed equal to your speed for 10 minutes. That's better. While you have this fly speed, you can hover. You gotta keep in mind too, monks have a pretty good speed, especially at level 17. Level 17, you're looking at a plus 25 to your probably base 30 movement speed, making it a 55. So you have a 55 fly speed for 10 minutes. That's pretty nice. Uh can't be tripped. That's true for the old version because you get hover, but this version, oh no, it has hover too. While you have this fly speed, you can hover. That is nice. Additionally, as a magic action, you can spend 1 focus point to fire 4 rays from your eyes. Yeah, no falling to your death is nice. You can fire them at 1 target you can see within 120 feet or at several. So it's basically like an Eldritch Blast. Use your wisdom as your spellcasting ability on a hit. The attack deals force damage equal to 1 roll of your martial arts die plus your wisdom modifier. It's literally you get Eldritch Blast. You get to cast Eldritch Blast for 1 focus point. Which that's pretty cool, honestly. But it feels kind of like out of place, kind of. I don't know. I get why, because it's a beholder tattoo, but I don't know. With flurry of blows, you can attack like 7 times. That is true. Yeah, you could do 4 blasts, and oh, your martial arts die too is a D12, so it's a better Eldritch Blast. And then you could flurry of blows and do. I think you get 3 attacks with flurry of blows at this level. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I like Beholder. I think I would definitely take that one, unless the other ones are cooler. Okay, we get Chromatic Dragon. Oh yeah, they don't even have that one for the old one. Okay. When you take the attack action on your turn, you could expend 1 focus point to replace one of your attacks with an exhalation of magical energy in a 30-foot cone. Choose a damage type: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. Each creature in that area makes a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes damage of the chosen type equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die plus your wisdom modifier. Okay. That's like 2d12 plus your wisdom modifier. And they take half damage on a save. Okay, so you get like a cone. You get a breath weapon, basically. The Beholder in the old version had a permanent hover speed, and you could, under some interpretations with how it was worded, add your additional monk movement to that hover speed. You have a fly speed hover. I think I know what you're talking about. Speed rules are very confusing. And so I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, it's definitely not how most people would interpret it, I think. Yeah, compared to Beholder, Chromatic Dragon doesn't feel very powerful. So yeah. I forgot about the Dragon Monk too. Man, I need to look back on that one and hopefully they update that one. Then we got Displacer Beast. You can expend a focus point to use Flurry of Blows or Step of the Step of the Wind. You could expend 1 focus point to cast Mirror Image spell. Okay, so this is the one ability that still is a spell, but Mirror Image is a really good spell, especially for a monk. I like this a lot. Depending on my play style that I chose to play as, I would be tempted to use this one. Yeah, Chromatic Dragon should at least be equal to the Dragon's Breath spell, especially because you're level 17. Yeah, I like Displacer Beast a lot. That's Yeah, especially because the new mirror image. I actually posted a video on Wednesday where I went over the most improved second level spells from the player's handbook. You can check it out in my YouTube channel. And I talk about the changes to mirror image. Mirror image is a lot better now. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. I wish you got 2 tattoos at this level. Yeah, you're also level 17. Like, come on. And then we got Troll. At the start of each of your turns, you can regain hit points equal to 5 plus your Wisdom modifier. If you are bloodied and have at least 1 hit point, any severed body part regrows after you finish a short or long rest. Okay. That's pretty low, especially level 17. And it relies on you being bloodied. Ugh, yeah, I don't like that. Also, it's more clear in this UA's wording that the casting is part of the same bonus action. Yeah. Okay, so my argument here is if you pick Troll over Displacer Beast, I don't understand your logic behind that. I guess it's passive though. Troll is just always on. And if you get out of combat, you can just heal up because it's at the start of each of your turns. You regain 5 hit points plus your Wisdom modifier. That's something to keep in mind. Out of combat, let's say combat ends and you are at like 5 HP, then like a few minutes pass and you're full HP. Yeah. Troll is meh, similar to the champion fighter feature, but that's even better. But even that's better. I think I know what you're referring to, but the implications of out of combat healing, I feel like is kind of nice. But again, like you can short rest. You might have a cleric in your party that can heal you. It's not that good still, especially in combat. I would definitely pick display. If I wanted a defensive option, I would pick Displacer Beast, especially because you can keep casting Mirror Image because you're gonna be wanting to use Flurry of Blows or Step of the Wind anyway. And if your Mirror Image, like you could even do this, you could even like, let's say you cast Mirror Image and one of your duplicates disappears, you could just do Flurry of Blows your next turn and you just get 3 duplicates again. Troll would be fine at 6th level. Yeah, I feel like it could be. Yeah, maybe a little. I don't know that out of combat healing is kind of crazy. Yeah, I would probably pick Beholder, and then my second choice would be Display. If I wanted to play more defensively. So yeah, I would say that I agree with a lot of your guys' synopsis of it. It's not that great until level 17. One focus point for mirror image, even at level 17, is great, especially because it just happens when you use Flurry of Blows or Step of the Wind, because you're gonna be doing that anyway. So it's just like that's great synergy. You can basically almost always have it up. Like, oh man. Again, that doesn't protect you from AoE effects, like but still. Okay, guys, let's go to the wizards. Before we go to the wizards, though, I want to show you guys something. I was thinking about this. I again remember I skimmed this, so okay. If you guys watch other D&D YouTubers, which I'm sure you do, D4 Deep Dive went over the original Arcane subclasses with Treant Monk. When it came out a few months ago, I think. Yes, and I commented on his video, and I have the highest. I think I'm like the second highest upvotes on this video. Can you guys see? No, I'll do this. going to put play capture over, and I'll make this. If you guys are on mobile, if you guys are watching my live on mobile, on not a mobile, on sorry, one moment. If you're watching my live on shorts feed, you won't be able to see, but I'll just read it out loud. So I commented 2 months ago on this video of Treant Monk and Colby from D&D D4 D&D Deep Dive, D4 D&D Deep Dive, going over the Conjurer and Enchanter wizards, and I said Conjurer needs a non-concentration summon. It also needs the same amount of summoner abilities as teleport abilities. This is just a subpar summoner that mainly teleports. In my opinion, Conjurer should be the best summoner. And I got almost 200 upvotes. And I feel like a lot of people agreed with me, and it seems like they took my not my advice, but they took people's advice. Because I didn't like that they made the new Conjurer basically a teleporter, because that's only half of what Conjuration magic is. Monks are deflecting so much now in 2024. How often will you be bloodied? Yeah, Kevin video on Twitch. Yeah, because deflect attacks, especially when you're at really high level, you can do it every turn as a reaction, and it takes it's your dexterity mod plus your martial arts die plus your monk level. Isn't it like something crazy like that? Like it's the reduction equals 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier and monk level. So at level 17, it's like 1d10 plus 5 plus 17. Like you're very right, Kevin. Yeah. But anyway, Conjurer Wizard. Step across space and call creatures from thin air. Cool. Designer note. Here are the main updates in this class since appearance in Unearthed Arcana. Benign Transposition is now a bonus action and can be used more often. Durable Summons now gives the summoned creature resistance to multiple damage types while it has temporary hit points. And Splintered Summons is a new feature that allows you to summon a second creature when you cast one of the summoning spells listed. So they didn't do my recommendation of giving them a non-concentration summon, but that is okay because Splintered Summon sounds freaking awesome and I am all for it. Well, let's get into it. Okay, so and let's look at the old version to compare it. So Benign Transposition as a magic. The old version was as a magic action. You can teleport up to 30 feet. Oh shit! I need to get rid of display capture, by the way. Boom. Benign Transposition as a magic action. You can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Alternatively, you can choose a space within range that is occupied by a medium or smaller creature. If that creature is willing, both teleport swapping places. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. You can also restore your use of it by expending a level 2 plus spell slot. Say the old version was a magic action to teleport 30 feet, and then you could switch places with someone. Yeah, I fixed that. Okay, thank you. The new one, as a bonus action, you can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Alternatively, you can choose a space within range that is occupied. You use this feature a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum of once. Okay. So before it was... I just think it's so funny because it's so bad, the old version, in my opinion. You can teleport once as a magic action, and if there's a medium or small creature that's willing, you can switch places with them once per long rest. Or you can expend a second level spell or higher spell slot. Same thing, but it's a bonus action, and you get your intelligence modifier uses, which I think is way better. Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty good. And then we have Conjuration Savant. Still not thrilled that the Conjurer is yet another teleportation class. So I get what you're saying, but it is the Conjurer. And if you look at all the conjuration spells, half of them are teleportation spells and the other half are summoning spells. I honestly wouldn't have mind if it was focused more on summoning, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, it has this is just as many teleportation features as summoning ones now, at least. Yes. You paused again? Shit. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know, but I unfortunately just can't do anything about that, sadly. Um, it just kind of is what it is. You're back. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, refresh and it fixed it. Good, good, good. Okay, so Conjuration Savant, the old one. Oh yeah, that's just like the Savant feature that every wizard subclass gets. We know how that works. You get conjuration spells for free as you level up. Okay. And now we have distant transposition. The old one was the range of your benign transposition feature increases to 60 feet. Additionally, you regain your expended use when you finish for a long rest. The new one is the same. Okay, exactly the same. The old durable summons was when you cast a conjuration spell, the summon or creature. When you cast a conjuration spell to summon or create another creature using a spell slot, that creature gains temporary hit points equal to twice your wizard level when it first appears. The new version is when you cast a conjuration spell to summon a creature or to summon or create a creature using a spell slot, that creature gains temporary hit points equal to twice your wizard level when it first appears. Yeah, that's the same. But then it says, while it has these temporary hit points, the creature has resistance to every damage type except Force, Necrotic, Psychic, and Radiant. So that's pretty good. It makes them get temporary hit points. At this level, though, it's only like 6. It does say while it has these temporary hit points, so you can't give it new temporary hit points. So it's only when it has that 12 temporary hit points, and it scales, with your level, that it has resistance to every damage type except Force, Necrotic, Psychic, and yeah. So I feel like this could be better. I feel like this could be better still. It's definitely like decent, but yeah, why not make it more temporary hit points? This used to be a level 14 feature. Yeah, that's crazy that it used to be a level 14 feature, honestly. But yeah, for level 6, 12 is pretty good, honestly, but I don't know. And then level 10 is the same. You taking damage can't break your concentration on conjuration spells. I feel like that's pretty good. But then level 14, it used to be like you're the teleport guy, remember? You can also use benign transposition as a reaction when a creature you see makes an attack roll against you. Yeah, they were just the teleporting class with slightly beefier summons. Now they're the teleporting class with slightly beefier summons. And then at level 14, you actually become a summoner. When you cast Summon Aberration, Summon Construct, Summon Dragon, Summon Elemental, or Summon Fae using a spell slot, you can modify the spell to summon 2 creatures with the spell instead of 1. Each creature of the same kind uses the stat block and rules denoted by the spell and manifests in a different unoccupied space of your choice within the spell's range. So the summoned creature's hit points are halved. What? I didn't read that part. Oh, when I skimmed through this, that's fair though. If you lose concentration on the spell, both creatures disappear. Once you use this feature to modify a spell in this way, you must finish a long rest before you can do so again. You can also restore your use of it by expending a level 5 plus spells. You're level 14. I do like this feature. Yeah, I guess you're right, because honestly, most of these summon spells don't really have that much HP anyway. And then you're getting twice your wizard level. So that's your level 14, so you're looking at like 38. Did I do math right? Yeah, that sounds right. If I'm wrong. No, not 38. No, that's right, right? Oh, almost. I'm kind of bad at math, guys. I wish focus concentration gave you advantage on concentration spells. So, but you can get advantage in different ways, and you probably will because you're a wizard. Probably gonna have Warcaster. I get what you're saying though, but like not taking damage can't break your concentration. I feel like is arguably it's because the only other way you can lose concentration is if you get incapacitated. So it's better than that. Yeah, this is better. Yeah. 28. Yeah. The 28 temp HP. It just for the sake of it, let's look up. I'm gonna go to the summon construct spell just because I like that spell since it's unique to wizards. It's fun to look at. Uh, yeah, but uh, it wouldn't help actually because it actually wouldn't help though because you can't break taking damage can't break your concentration spell. The only time you would make a concentration check is if you took damage. So it actually wouldn't help. Okay, so you're casting Summon Construct. You're level 14. So level 14, I think you have 7th level spells. Yeah. So let's say you're casting this at 7th level. It is 40 plus 15 for each spell slot level above 4. So that is so 85 divided by 2 would be 42 plus 28, 70. So yeah, it's still a little bit less than the normal HP, but you get 2 of them, you know? So like do summon contra. Oh my, that would be crazy. Yeah, I feel like that'd be really good. The spirit makes the number of slam attacks equal to half the spell's level, runs it down. So you're doing 3 attacks, but you're doing 6 because there's 2 of them. Oh, Sleet Storm specifically makes you make Yeah, that's pretty situational. And the thing too is very few creatures have actual spells now in the monster manual, but I get what you're saying. For creature interest. No, the new version, it's you just make a dexterity saving throw. The new version of Sleet Storm says when a creature enters the cylinder for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must succeed in a dexterity saving throw or have the prone condition and lose concentration. So you don't even make a saving throw. You make a saving throw, but it's a dexterity. It's not a con. Yeah. Um. Anyway, though, let's. So yeah, I would rate this conjurer wizard. What about earthquake? Yeah, the thing is, though, these are spells that you probably aren't going to come into contact with since most creatures don't have actual spells anymore. Uh, each creature on the ground in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature has a broken condition and concentration is broken. So it's the same as um yeah, same. I've never encountered those there. Okay. Now we have the Enchanter Wizard. Yeah, let me summarize though. Conjurer Wizard, I think that it's really good at level 14, and it feels like something I would love to play at level 14. But until then, I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Awoken. Um, I feel like I personally, because I love the the thematics of a summoner, I wish durable summons was better, even though it actually is pretty good, honestly. I just I just wanna have a summoner class, you know? That's whole thing is that. And that's not what the conjurer is, but yeah, it's pretty good. I kind of I mentioned this in my last playtest review, but I kind of have a problem with wizards where I feel like wizards aren't actually I feel like wizards are a bit overrated because wizards are just a guy who casts spells and then their subclasses give them some stuff that changes how spellcasting works a bit. And I just feel like sorcerers, especially the new sorcerer, is just kind of better. But that's just me. Anyway, let's go to Enchanter. I remember the Enchanter, the old one, being. Oh, yeah, this is definitely better than the 2014 version. I'm glad that Pathfinder has the Summoner class. Yeah, no, that one's good. I feel like these are all better than the old Wizard subclasses, for sure. Okay, Enchanter. Yeah, so the one from the last UA, it felt kind of weird. You got like uh deception, intimidation, or persuasion proficiency, and you are able to gain a bonus when you make an ability check with one of the chosen skills. You get to add your intelligence mod. Is that all you got at level 3? Oh no, you also got hypnotic presence, your charming words, and enchanting gaze. And enthrall another creature as a magic action. Choose one creature you can see within 10 feet of yourself. If the target can see or hear you, must succeed a wisdom saving throw. Against your spell save DC, or have the charm condition for 1 minute until the concentration ends. The target is, or until the target is, ah, sorry, or have the charm condition for 1 minute or until your concentration ends. The target is more than 10 feet away from you. The target can neither see nor hear you, or the target takes damage. That's a lot of stipulations. While charmed in this way, the target has the incapacitated condition and has a speed of 0. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Okay, a lot of stipulations. What's the new one like? Okay, let's read the design notes. Sorry. I'm all over the place today. Okay. Enchanter updates. Enchantment Savant now gives you free enchantment spells to add to your spell book. Oh, sorry. This is the 2014 version. I mean, this is the last UA version. Vexing movement was the level 3 feature. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So this was the one that was weird. Vexing movement. Immediately after you cast an enchantment spell using an action and a spell slot, you can take a bonus action. You can both take the disengage and dash actions as a bonus action. You can use this bonus action number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. Yeah, vexing movement was really weird. I remember reading it and being like, huh? You're an enchanter and you're using the disengage and dash action when you cast a enchantment spell? That's weird. The new version, let's read the design notes. Hypnotic Gaze replaces vexing movement and has been redesigned to use concentration, freeing up your actions on subsequent turns. Okay. Split enchantment is available at an earlier level. Instructive Charm returns and is redesigned to turn a hit against you into a miss, with the potential to redirect the attack at a new target. Alter Memories returns and has been redesigned to allow modified memory to target multiple creatures. That is pretty cool. Okay, so Hypnotic Gaze, your charming words and enchanting gaze can enthrall another creature as a magic action. The new Hypnotic Present is better than Hypnotic Gaze, but it now uses concentration. I see. That's good. Good to keep in mind. As a magic action, choose one creature that you can see within 10 feet of yourself. If the target hear you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC, or if that charm condition for 1 minute or until your concentration ends. The target is more than 10 feet away from you. The target is neither. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna, because they didn't really have, they just got rid of it in the first UA. I'm gonna look at the 2014 Player's Handbook real quick, just to compare. Honestly, Awoken, I'm gonna just take your word for it, so I don't have to go searching for the 2014 Player's Handbook. So 2014 version, the range was 5 feet, and you had to use your action every turn to keep it up. Yeah, so that is a lot better. It's just concentration. Yeah, that frees, because it's honestly a really good debilitating ability. Target has the incapacitate condition as a speed of 0, so now you can just incapacitate them as long as you can't move away from them. But yeah, and then you can do other shit on your other turns. That's freaking sweet. And you can restore your use of it by spending a first or higher level spell slot. Okay. Yeah, I really like this version. That's a lot better. Then we got level 6 Split Enchantment. When you cast an enchantment spell, such as Charm Person, that can be cast with a higher level spell slot to target an additional creature, you can increase the spell's effective level by 1. You can use okay, so basically you get the new twin spell, and you can use it intelligence modifiers times per long rest. Yeah, you're not limited to bonus actions anymore. Yeah, for sure. Okay, especially on a class that doesn't really get that many bonus action abilities besides bonus action spells. Used to be unlimited amount of times, but also level 10. Okay, nice. Yeah, I see. So it's lower level, but now limited use. And then instinctive charm. Oh yeah, let's read reflecting charm. The 24, the last UA one. When a creature within 30 feet of you that you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to reduce the damage by half, rounded down. Creature makes a wisdom saving throw. It takes psychic damage equal to half your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier. Okay, the new version. When a creature within 30 feet of you that can see hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. Spell save attack misses instead. There's another creature within range of the attack other than the attacker. The attacker targets that creature with the triggering attack using the same attack roll. If multiple creatures are within the attack's range, you can choose one You can choose which one to target. Okay. Um, I like this. This is pretty cool. Uh, yeah. Okay. So this is potential. I will say a lot of creatures in D&D have multi attack, and that's how they stack damage. But this being you're using the creature's attack, this could potentially add more damage than the old version. Uh, I like this in Secret of Charm because you can make an enemy crit someone else instead if they crit you. That is really cool, actually. And you're a squishy wizard, so you're probably going to get hit a lot anyway. And if you get a crit, it's devastating to a wizard. I'm just going to pick a random monster that I feel like would hit hard with melee attacks and see what could potentially be done. Like let's look at a the new primeval owl bear. How hard do they? 2d8 plus 6. Yeah, that's pretty beefy. Uh, but then they immediately before the hit. But if the owl bear moves 20 feet straight forward toward it immediately before the hit, the target takes an extra 2d8 slashing damage, and that's the prone condition. So that's 4d8 plus 6 slashing damage, and they get the prone condition. Like stuff like that can happen. Like an owlbear charges you and it hits like a different owl. Yeah. So I just picked a random creature, but like that's something to like keep in mind. Like there's a lot of creatures that have automatic effects that happen to them, and that automatic effect would happen to them. So yeah. Then we have alter memories. The old one was bolstering belief. Sounds familiar. Also reminds me of the Rune Knight rune that lets you switch the target of the attack. Yeah, yeah, no, I remember that one. That's a super cool ability. Okay, your enchantments fortify your allies' bodies and minds, allowing you to power word. Okay, so you can cast power word fortify. Uh, and each target of the spell has advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the charmed or frightened conditions while they have the temporary hit points gained by the spell. Um, yes, if it's an enchantment spell. And enchantment spells are usually like buff spells. Um, keep that in mind. Let's just let's see. I'm gonna go to spells real quick. Let's see if there's any enchantment spells that pop out as like spammable. When I especially lower level ones. Animal fish like command. Like you could be doing command. What's nice about command is it's a first level spell, but it works the same on any creature, no matter how high level you are. Oh yeah, mind whip too. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Mind whip is so freaking good too. Old monster touches hideous laughter. Even dissonant whispers. Silvery barbs if your table allows that. Oh my god. That's a reaction though, so you wouldn't, you have to do it on a turn. Yeah, but Tasha's mind whip. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, you could. I like this new enchanter. Yeah, I would say I'm pretty happy with the new enchanter. You have plenty of spells to cast for it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like it. I'm down with the new enchanter. Okay, now necromancer. I remember being very confused by the new necromancer. As spells for free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is awesome. Yeah, I remember reading the last necromancer and being like, this is kind of weird. Okay, let's refresh ourselves a bit on the old necromancer, like from the last UA. You get resistance to necrotic damage when you cast a necromancy spell using a spell slot. Choose yourself or a creature that you can see within 30 feet of yourself. You gain temporary hit points equal to the level of the spell slot plus your intelligence modifier. Okay, temporary hit point ability again. I like this necromancer. Gonna playtest it. Awesome. Then there was Grave Power. You can use Arcane. When you use Arcane Recovery, your exhaustion level, if any, decreases by 1, which is pretty cool actually. Overwhelming Necrosis, damaging from your wizard spells and wizard features. Damage from your wizard spells and wizard features ignores resistance to necrotic damage, which is okay. I remember being really confused by Undead Thralls. Let's read. You always have the Summon Undead spell prepared and can cast it once without expending a spell slot. When you cast Summon Undead without a spell slot, you regain hit points equal to half the summoned creature's total hit points, but doing so halves the creature's hit points. Once you cast a spell without a spell slot, you must finish a long rest. Okay, that one I wasn't confused about actually. That's a pretty normal one. It was probably the next one. I remember there being like a weird teleport ability. Yeah, it's this one. You have learned more secrets about the nuances of life and death. I'm less of a fan of the new version. Really? Okay. We'll see. We'll see why. I love Summon Undead, but that feature was dumb. Yeah. So Summon Undead is a pretty good spell. I used it a lot in one of the campaigns I'm currently playing in when I was around a specific level range that I was at on my Warlock. It is kind of weird. The healing mechanic is kind of weird. Yeah, because I feel like if you cast it, you're probably going to cast it at the beginning of combat. And this motivates you to cast it in the middle. Yeah, but let's read Undead Secrets, the old version. You have learned more secrets about the nuances of life and death. When you finish a long rest, you expend a level 4 plus spell slot to protect yourself from death until you finish the long rest. Okay, so you get relentless endurance, or you get death ward. You get a souped up death ward because instead of going to 1 HP, you get a number of hit points equal to 10 times the spell slot expended. So it's at minimum 40 HP. That's actually pretty cool. In addition, immediately after you take damage and are bloodied after taking that damage, but are not killed outright, you can take a reaction to teleport to an unoccupied space to 60 high, to 60 feet from yourself and each creature. Yeah, the second ability of Undead Secrets, I was like, how did they add a teleport ability to the freaking Necromancer? Yeah, so it's like a teleport when you take damage and are bloodied after taking that damage. So very niche trigger. And then you teleport to your summoned undead. Oh no! You just teleport. And then you do 2d10 necrotic damage. Okay. Yeah, Adir Meow on shorts. I am a real person that is actually live. And then Death's Master, Bolster Undead. We'll read that later. I want to go to the new one because it didn't make sense. Yeah, it was weird. So the new one, we get Necromancy. Let's read the design note. Necromancy spellbook now lets you use the Find Familiar spell to summon a skeleton or zombie. Oh, that's freaking cool. I love that. And Grim Harvest now restores hit points to an undead creature of your choice. Okay, that's freaking cool to keep your summons up. Undead Thralls has been redesigned to use your Animate Dead spell and provides additional bonuses, so no longer summon undead. And Harvest Undead, formerly Undead Secrets, has been redesigned to restore hit points to you when you destroy an undead creature you control. Okay. that count. I think that Find Familiar counts as that too. Then, so that could actually be pretty cool. Then we got Death's Master now allows you to create bursts of necrotic energy when an undead is reduced to 0 hit points. Okay. Let's read this. Yeah, Necromancy Savant. I think we know what that does. Won't even read it. I do like that we get a Pact of the Chain feature. Yes, me too. Okay, so we have resistance to necrotic damage. When you cast a necromancy spell using a spell slot, you can choose an undead creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself to regain a number of hit points equal to the level of the spell slot expended plus your wizard level. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. I like that. Undead Familiar. The Find Familiar, yeah, you can do when you cast Find Familiar spell, you get Find Familiar for free, and then you can make a skeleton or a zombie. Level 6 Grave Power. When you use Arcane Recovery, yeah, so it's the same as before. You get to recover exhaustion when you use Arcane Recovery. Overwhelming Necrosis damage from your wizard spells and wizard features ignores resistant necrotic damage. Okay, same as before. Undead Thralls level 6. Not undead though. I feel like the skeleton and zombie from Find Familiar is undead, right? If that's what you're referring to, okay. They have to clarify that it's undead. Oh, because otherwise Find Familiar is Fey, Fiend, or Celestial. Oh, that's true. Okay. Yeah. They should do that. Okay. If they weren't, if that wasn't rules as intended, it should be. Because that would just make so much more sense. Oh, it's because I have enchantment. I was like, why can't I find Familiar? Yeah. Yep, Celestial Fey Fiend. Celestial Fey or Fiend, you're right. Oh. Yeah, they should change that. Okay, you always have Animate Dead prepared. You can cast it once without expending a spell slot. When you start casting the spell, you can modify it so that the spell's effective level is increased by 1. Pretty sure they meant for it to be undead, but forgot. Yeah, that makes sense. Because you probably wouldn't want to sacrifice your undead that often. Like your animate dead undead. In addition, when you cast a necromancy spell using a spell slot that creates or summons an undead, the undead gains the benefits below. Okay, so you can have animate dead and summon a dead up. Undead Fortitude, the undead's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by a number equal to the level of the spell slot used plus your intelligence modifier for the duration of the spell. Yeah, for sure. Withering Strike, whenever the undead hits a creature with an attack roll, the undead deals extra necrotic damage equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum of 1 necrotic damage. Okay. That's cool for scaling. I'm going to look at Animate Dead right now because honestly, I forgot if it changed much from 2014 to 2024 rules. What filter do I just spelled animate wrong. There we go. It looks pretty much the same. You animate or revert, reassert control over 2 additional undead creatures for each spell slot level above 3rd. The creatures must be come from a different core pile of bones. Okay. Yeah, I know totally. So yeah, I feel like this version of the Necromancer gives you 2 extra undead instead of just 1. Yeah, because you automatically get to upcast it. You can have 2 undead. Um, yeah, because it says whenever you start casting a spell, you can modify it so that the spell's effective level is increased by 1. Yeah, okay. So here level 6, you can cast 2 animate. You can have 2 animate deads up for free. It also doesn't. It does not say whenever you start casting the spell in this way. So even if you use a higher level spell slot, it also applies. It's not just with the free use. That's something to keep in mind too. Oh, this is something to keep in mind though, guys. So the free casting, you get a free casting of Animate Dead, and that free casting, it's free because it does not consume a spell slot. But whenever, in addition, whenever you cast a necromancy spell using a spell slot that creates or summons an undead, you gain the following benefits below. These benefits don't apply to the free casting of it. Yeah, no, totally. They should fix that because that's not intended, I don't think. Did you guys catch what I meant by that? Anyway, Harvest Undead. You learned more secrets about the nuances of life and death immediately after you become bloodied but aren't killed outright from taking damage. You can take a reaction to reduce an undead creature under your control. They can see to 0 hit points and then immediately regain a number of hit points equal to your wizard level. Cool. And then Death's Master. Okay. Abstruse rituals within your spell book allow you mastery over forces of death. While holding your spell book, you gain the following benefits: bolster undead. Yeah, it makes way more sense than teleporting. They just can't resist having teleporting abilities on these subclasses or something. The bolster undead, as a bonus action, you can choose any number of undead you have created or summoned with a necromancy spell that is within 60 feet of you. Those undead each gain temporary hit points equal to your wizard level. Once an undead gains temporary hit points from this feature, it can't gain them again for the next 24 hours. Okay. Cool. Extinguish undead. When an undead creature you can see is reduced to 0 hit points, you can cause it to explode with necrotic energy. Roll a number of d6s equal to half the creature's unexpended hit dice. Round up minimum of 1d6 and add them together. Each creature in that 10-foot emanation originating from the undead makes a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes necrotic damage equal to the number rolled and can't take reactions. Okay. Until the start of its next turn. On a successful save, a target takes half as much damage only. When you use this feature to explode an undead creature you don't control. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, yeah, it's just when an undead creature, not yours specifically. When you do it against one you don't control, you must take a reaction and expend a level 5 plus spell slot to do so. Okay. That is interesting. Yeah, that's super cool. With Harvest Undead, didn't force you to be bloodied and had an extra feature. Yeah, but the extra feature didn't make sense to me. So I would say that technically Undead Secrets was a better ability, but overall the new version is better, in my opinion. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to look at the skeleton and zombie stat block real quick because there's an important thing I need to look up. Also, if you have multiple undead next to near an enemy, yeah, because it only costs a reaction. It says, yeah, it says when another creature you can see is reduces your hit points, you can cause it to explode. That doesn't require a reaction. Requires no action. It only requires a reaction when it's an undead you don't control. That's really good to keep in mind, Awoken. Skeleton. What I want to look up is how many hit dice skeletons have. Okay, 2d8. So it's gonna be 2d6 for skeletons. Zombie. And so it's gonna be 2d6 for skeletons and zombies. But keep this in mind. You also can use summon undead. Even though this class doesn't give you summon undead, it'll still work. There's also spells like create undead that can make higher level undead, which have more hit dice. Oh yeah. Are those spells that they didn't update? Not that that matters, but yeah, summon undead doesn't have hit dice. That's unfortunate. You can get summon undead for free because of Swan. That's true. So they did update create undead. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, this changes everything. Okay, you can get a ghoul. Get a ghoul. Ghoul has how many hit dice? Ooh, 5d8. Ooh. It is, yeah. Farouk. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Welcome. And yeah, it is busted either way. Mummies have 11 hit dice. Yeah, and then it says at higher levels, 2 mummies, up to 4 ghouls using 8th level spell slot. You can randomly 5 ghouls, 2 gas whites, 6 ghouls. Oh man, 3 gas whites, 2 mummies. Oh my god, dude. I feel like though, because 6 ghouls is probably the thing to do though, if you're casting at 9th level. Because that's 5d6 per ghoul. Oh my god. Someone's loud on my road. You guys probably heard that. Yeah, 5d6 per ghoul, and there's 5 ghouls. You can forcefully make them explode when you get bloodied. You can? Oh yeah, because you can use, oh my god. You can take a reaction to produce an undead creature under your control that you can see to 0 hit points. Oh my dude, this is crazy. Okay. This is probably my favorite wizard subclass ever. Oh my god. This is really good. How are they so good at making subclasses sometimes? This has so many interesting. Oh my god. This is one of the first wizard subclasses I've read that I've been actually like super like into. Wow. Yeah, I would take it as is. If you like it, you know it's going to be nerfed into the ground. Yeah, hopefully not. But yeah, this is like wow. And the thing too is, I personally don't think I will play a level 10 version of this for a bit. Yeah, yeah. You said you're gonna play test it. Yeah, I think a level 10, level 14 is obviously amazing. But yeah, even level 10 is really great. Oh man, Reddit DMs hate it. I believe that. Yeah. Uh, okay. That being said, though, I feel like we're pretty much done with the Necromancer. Really, really good. This is the best class so far. But I remember when I read the original Arcane subclasses, the Transmuter Wizard was my favorite. But I kind of forget why. It wasn't as cool as the new Necromancer, but I remember thinking it was pretty solid. Like I remember thinking like, "Oh, that's good," but I wasn't like I don't think I was as excited about it. Uh uh Absolutely. I kind of was into uh a great old one too at first sight, but this one screams attention. Yeah, like oh my gosh. Wow. They hated the 2024 version too for the same reason. Creates armies. Yeah. Well, also like the thing too is, so I DM. I'm definitely more experienced as a player, but I DM too. And I currently I'm DMing for, I do a once a month game with a group of mostly new players, and I typically design encounters uh for like I specifically design it around my players to a certain extent, and I understand like it's okay if like I don't know. I just think they need to calm down. Like yeah, there can be times when the game's unbalanced, but you can set limits or add challenges to the game. Like just fireball their undead, you know? Like they'll go down pretty quick, you know? Yes, you can create armies if you have a lot of downtime. So maybe, you know, set limits. Like you talk to your players, you know? That's my advice. Talk to your players about it. Like, "Hey, can you not abuse this, please?" And also like you have to think about like where are they getting these bodies? What consequences could getting these bodies cause them? You know, stuff like that. Like but also let them have fun. Let them be able to create like a little bit of an army as well, you know? Anyway, let's look at the old transmuter. I remember thinking that it was pretty good. The army's issue is why we have summon spells instead of the old conjure spells. I agree, but the difference is uh animate dead takes time, whereas the old conjure spells you could just instantly have a million creatures, you know. And you also, oh fuck, there's like a big old fly in my room. Wow, that was an aggressive fly too. It went right up in my face. Sorry for dropping the f-bomb. I try to keep this channel a little more clean. um but anyway, so I remember reading the transmuter before and being like, this is pretty good. uh You get free transmutation spells out of your spell book. Yeah. We already know that. So I go by your camera. Yeah, it's a big guy. It's a big one. Not just a normal fly. So yeah, when you finish the long rest, you can create a magic pebble called the Transmuter Stone that lasts until you use this feature again. A creature with the stone in its possession gains a benefit from one of the following options, which you choose when you create the stone. You can change the stone's benefit when cast a transmutation spell using a spell slot. Dark vision at a range of 60 feet, or increases dark vision to 60 feet. You gain 10 movement speed. Gain proficiency in Constitution saving throws. You gain resistance to a damage type. Yeah, I know. I know it's the previous version. I'm just reviewing the previous version real quick. I'll do it. I should have been doing this the whole time. I'll do it ability by ability. So yeah, I remember liking that you can change it. You can change what the stone is doing when you cast a transmutation spell. That's pretty cool. Let's look at the new version. Transmuter Stone. When you finish a, let's read the designer's notes and then go over the third level ability. Transmuter Stone now gives the bearer proficiency in Constitution saving throws in addition to another benefit. Okay, so that you just flat out get that. Stone can now also be used as a spellcasting focus. That's awesome. Wondrous Alteration replaces Wondrous Enchantment and grants benefits for the Alter Self spell. Powered Transmutation replaces Twinned Transmutation and applies to any transmutation spell that can be cast with a higher level spell slot. Potent Stone now grants additional options for the Transmutation Stone. Shape Changer returns, allowing the wizard to modify the polymorph spell when casting it on themselves. Awesome. Master Transmuter now allows you to prevent the stone's destruction by expending a spell slot. Okay. So we got, when you finish the long rest, you can create a magic stone that lasts until you again. The stone is a tiny object and can be used as a spellcasting focus for your wizard spells. A creature with the stone in its possession gains proficiency in Constitution saving throws, and one of the following benefits you choose when you create the stone. So it's super cool. Instead of having proficiency in Constitution saving throws be one of the options, now it is just inherent with the subclass. I like this because Resilient Con is a really good and desirable feat, and now you just have that as a wizard. Awesome. So it's the same, and it's the same effects. Dark Vision, plus 10 to speed, or resistance to a damage type. Beautiful, great, love it. They realized con save is the clear best, so they made it permanent. Yeah, I love that. But this is cool too, because remember, you can change the benefit when you cast a transmutation spell. So like I would probably have it set to, depending on my species option, if I was like a human, I would pick dark vision probably, I guess. But I would probably have the speed bonus on most of the time. But if we're fighting a specific creature that is doing a specific damage type, I could easily cast a transmutation spell and switch it to that damage resistance. I feel like that's super good. And then, dark vision has its place of being useful at times. Wondrous Alteration, level 3. Let's look at the old version real quick. Wondrous Enchantment. You always have the enhanced ability prepared and you cast it without a spell slot. You gain the ability to cast it. Okay. When the long rest targets of your enhanced ability also have advantage on saving throws when you ability. I like that. What's the new version? Wondrous Alteration. You always have the Alter Self spell prepared, and you can cast it without expending a spell slot. That is more fitting to a transmuter wizard, in my opinion. But Alter Self, unfortunately, isn't that great of a spell. It's not bad, but you gain the ability to cast it until you finish the long rest. While under the effects of Alter Self, you gain an additional benefit for each of its options. Okay, that is cool. Aquatic Adaptation. While underwater, you can take the dash action as a bonus action. Okay, that's pretty cool. Change appearance. You have advantage on charisma deception checks. Love that. Natural weapon. Oh, natural weapons. The damage of your new growth increases to 2d6 damage of the type associated with the growth. You also have advantage on Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Let me check Alter Self real quick. Just because. So it is concentration, but this version. So it's still concentration. Keep that in mind. Alter Self is concentration, so you just have advantage on maintaining it. Yep. Imagine this plus a monk or a fighter. Yeah, oh man. Imagine this with a Eldritch Knight fighter. Okay, sorry. I was looking at I forgot what the natural weapons feature was like. So yeah, you get claws, fangs, or horns, and or hooves, and you get slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning damage. When you use your unarmed strike to deal damage with that new growth, you deal 1d6 type parentheses of dealing normal damage from an unarmed strike. You can use the spellcasting ability modifier for the attack rather than using strength. I am not sure if they meant to remove concentration for it or for the free casting. Yeah, I feel like they would have done that if they knew. Okay, that makes Alter Self actually a good spell, which I like. But you could add your spellcasting ability modifier too. Okay, so it's just 2d6. It's not 2d6 plus your intelligence, but still, it's using your intelligence. That's super cool. Yeah, if you have extra attack from another class, that could be pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, you're able to play a like melee wizard. This also reminds me of Moon Druid. You see alter yourself at level 14. Yeah. I will say though, because for multi-classing it's cool, but if you're just playing a wizard, I don't know if I'm going to be using natural weapons very often. Because it's not like I still probably don't want to be in melee. But I could, and that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. The other options are cool though. Yeah, melee wizard that's not blade singer, but it's still not like, I don't know. Cool. I like it. It's thematic. The old ability though. Oh yeah, it just give you twin spell for transmutation. Not that great. Okay, potent stone. Your transmuter stone is more versatile when you create your transmuter stone. You can choose up to. Oh, let's read the old version real quick. You can choose each option other than device damage types. Okay. So, it seems like it's the same. It's the same, but you also get new options. That's the difference. Okay. So you get to have two options of the transmuter's stone abilities on at once. Remember, it's dark vision, speed, and damage, elemental damage resistance, but you also get mighty build or tremor sense. Okay. Mighty build, the bearer has advantage on strength saving throws. The bearer also counts as one size larger when determining its carrying capacity. Or tremor sense, the bearer gains tremor sense to a range of 30 feet. Yeah, I feel like empowered chance. I feel like split transmutation works better for a wizard. Empowered transmutation is more thematic, but might not necessarily be better. You know, empowered is the same. Let's just yeah. So okay, mighty build though, get advantage on strength saving throws, and he counts one size large. Yeah, I would probably do tremor sense and have like and resistance sometimes. I don't know. And remember, you can switch these out. Uh, you can change the stone's benefits when you cast transmutation spell using a spell. It doesn't say you can change only one, so you could probably change both. That okay. Ooh, and then we got shape changer. None of the split transmutation spells dealt damage, so you lost nothing with this. You gained magic weapon as an option too. Oh, really? Oh yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. Wait, wait. Oh, I didn't read that part. I never read that part of it. I never read. I just read Wondrous Alteration. I didn't read Empowered Transmutation. Oh shit! When you cast a transmutation spell that doesn't deal damage, such as fly or magical weapon, you can use a spell slot, and you can treat the spell as if it as if it were cast using a spell slot of first level spell slot one level above the slot extended. Yeah, you can use this feature. Okay, you're right. That's way better. Okay, never mind. You're right. You're right, Awoken. I actually just skipped that one. I didn't see it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. Okay, transmuters. No. We're going to shape changer. An additional level 10 feature. Only like 67 spells this works on, but it's still decent. Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, you always have the polymorph spell prepared, and you can cast it once without expending a spell slot. You regain the ability to cast it in this way when you finish a long rest. In addition, when you target yourself with the spell, you can modify the spell to gain the benefits below. Once you modify the spell using this feature, you can't do so again until you finish the long rest. You retain your personality, memories, and ability to speak. You also retain your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. Class features, languages, and feats. Wow, that's pretty good with polymorph. Wow, transmute spells. You can cast transmutation spells while shapeshifted, except for any spell with a material component that has a cost specified or is consumed by the spell. Yeah, you basically get to do a souped up wild shape. Because it's souped up because polymorph scales way better than shape change. I mean, than wild shape for the most part, because the CR is determined by your character level. Yeah, that's again, it's concentration, but yeah, like you said, you keep Warcaster, and then you also have proficiency in con saves. Oh my god, that's actually really good. I like that. I'm down for that. This is very much the Moon Druid. Yeah, it is. Oh man. Like I don't is it stepping on the toes of the druid too much? That's my only concern. But then, sorry, let's go ahead and go to Master Transmuter. Moon Druids can cast spells too. Yeah, they can cast specific spells. 10 Wizard, 10 Monk with a giant ape seems amazing. Yeah, because you get to keep. It says you get to keep class features, languages, and feats. It doesn't say. It doesn't say wizard class features. It says class features. I don't think so because I get what you're saying. It's not stepping on the toes of the druid because it's only once per day. That's true. Yeah, I agree. And it is concentration. Whereas moon druids can concentrate on spells while they're wild shape. You can concentrate on being polymorph. Um, Imagine casting Armor of Agathis on yourself uh, before you shape change. Because polymorph gives you temporary hit points. And I guess you're a wizard, so you technically don't have Armor of Agathis. But multi-class, one level warlock. Ooh, that'd go crazy. Anyway, let's go to Master Transmuter. Let's read the final one. While you carry your Transmuter Stone, you can take a magic action to consume the reserve of transmutation magic stored inside and choose one of the following benefits. After you use your Transmuter Stone in this way, people being allowed outside. The stone crumbles to dust. You can prevent the stone from crumbling by expending a level 5 plus spell slot as part of the magic action you take using this. Feature. Okay. Major transformation. You can transmute one non-magical object no larger than a 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5 cubes into another non-magical object of similar size and mass and of equal or lesser value. You must spend 10 minutes handling. Okay, that's really complicated, but I get what you're doing. You can literally change an object to a different object as long as it's the same size and of equal or lesser value. That's pretty cool. And then we have Panacea, Panacea. I don't know. You touch a creature as part of this magic action, and the target regains the number of hit points equal to half of its hit point maximum. Rounded down, the target is cured of all magical contagions, and any curses affecting the target are lifted, including the target's attunement to a cursed item. Target has the poison condition or petrified conditions. Those conditions end. That's pretty cool. I like that. Oh my gosh. And you can do that with a use of your transmuter stone, but you can prevent the stone from breaking with a level 5 spell slot or higher. And you're level 14, so you got those. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have to say, I liked the other transmuter wizard. I like this one. Definitely worth the spell slot. Yeah, I like this one more. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Yeah. You see. This is. I used to complain about wizards because the subclasses always felt boring. They felt like it changed you a little bit, but not that much. These are like completely changing how you play the wizard, the necromancer, and the transmuter, especially. Okay, now looking back at the enchanter and the conjurer compared to the necromancer and the transmuter, they feel a bit lackluster. Uh, but yeah, the restore youth option also removes all exhaustion levels now. Oh, I didn't even see these two. Oh my god. Thank you. Restore life. You can cast the raise dead spell without expending a spell slot using the stone in place of the required Michelle components, and then restore youth. Touch one willing creature as part of this magic action, and the target's exhaustion level, if any, decreases to 0, and it permanently appears 3d10 years younger to a minimum of young adulthood. What? Uh, these are way more exciting than Evoker, for example. Oh yeah. Okay, that's cool. I like it. Okay, guys, I actually have to go now, though, guys. Um, I have to pick up someone from somewhere. But we finished it. Um, last Unearthed Arcana appears, but an 80-year-old is still 80. Yeah, so it doesn't change your lifespan; it just changes your appearance. Um, I previously tried to edit down my stream into a YouTube video, but it didn't do very well last time. So I think what I'm gonna do is either later today or tomorrow, I'm gonna make videos for each subclass. And this stream was helpful though, because I got to talk with you guys about it, and I got to like discuss everything for you with you. So that was super helpful. Thank you guys so much. Um, but yeah, I'm probably gonna make some videos where I just go over each subclass, point out what I like, point out the differences, and yeah, I'll probably post some of those throughout the week. I think this UA was a pretty good one, except the monkey. I agree. I 100% agree. If you haven't done it yet, though, guys, check out my Patreon. It should be in the description of the stream. I make PDFs for homebrew subclasses. I have a free PDF two free PDFs. I have my homebrew crafting system, as well as my Gravity Warden Ranger subclass, and then I have 3 other PDFs for paid subclasses. I would like the Arcane Archer to get a slight change. Yeah, me too, for sure. I have the Oath of Radiance Paladin, the Circle of Herbalism Druid, and I just released this past week the College of Pantomime Bard. So yeah, check out my Patreon down in the description. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you guys next week. I'll be posting more videos about these subclasses. And then my next video, I'm probably going to be doing a rogue character build video. So that's super exciting. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.